Oh, hey.
How we doing?
What are you doing in my den?
Again, in my library.
Every week.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciated Zeki putting in the private chat, Ryan, would you be interested in removing from parentheses?
Oh no, we all need
Yes,
parentheses.
yes, I would be interested.
No,
Ryan,
everyone
would you be
gets
interested in
parentheses
hearing
today.
about our Lord and Savior?
Parentheses.
No, I would
Crack.
not.
Perfect. We all got a match.
Jesus crack is what I said.
I
That's
just took mine away.
Get it all out. It's Fat Tuesday, after all.
Oh my
It is.
gosh.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
giving
yeah.
him parentheses for Lent. So I'm gonna have him on today.
Does anyone do religious stuff? I don't know anything about Ash Wednesday or Fat Tuesday or any of that. No, we're all
I
atheists.
just
Cool.
know that people eat a cake, and inside of this cake there is a little baby.
That is Marty.
Are you
Ross.
improving? Or is that...
Basically, that just
Yeah.
happened.
What are you eating from?
Pretty sure that has to do with like Christmas and stuff, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
but this isn't Christmas.
Well, you see, on the eve of Jesus' birth, Mary hid him in a cake. So saith the Lord. Amen.
Instead of a bun in the oven, it was a baby in the bun.
But also wasn't
The wise men were looking for him, and she was like, I don't want your gifts. Hide him in a cake.
Here, try this cake.
Wait, wasn't Jesus
Don't slice the
birthday
wrong
born
part,
in
though.
July
You're
though?
doing it.
Yes.
Yes,
Probably.
probably.
Doing
So
it.
the
Would it have-
question Christianity.
Would it have been
None of
an
it
ice
makes
cream
sense.
cake? Because it would have
What?
been hot out?
Yes, it would have
Yeah,
been
they-
an ice cream
I
cake.
don't know if that would have been an effective
2,000
place
years
to
ago,
hide.
Katie.
With like little lady fingers for the
Yeah,
cup?
I'm yeah,
There I
totally. They had
was.
refrigeration 2,023 years ago.
There I
Totally.
was, year zero.
We are incredibly on topic.
What year was ice cream invented?
1927.
Is
I
that
don't know.
true?
I don't know. I
What?
don't know.
Very
I'm sure it's even older than that.
Frankly,
You could have had
Definitely,
all
wait,
of us.
It was okay. It dates back to the 17th century France.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Yeah.
And there were similar frozen desserts in 1553. That is very specific. But it wasn't until 1660 that it was made available to the general public.
I was only 300.
Were the
yeah, perfect. The 1500s, only
So,
1500 years after Jesus was kicking it around. They
yeah.
totally had fridges in Bethlehem. Mary hid the baby Jesus in an ice cream cake.
Anyway, we're here to talk about episode 2 of Mitra Rising, right? Right.
I'm very
Katie?
excited for this brand of
Katie.
religion to appear in the world of Mitra. Like some
That
people
is
are just
going to
like,
be a thing.
they just hid the boy child in a cake.
I mean, we do have that theocracy that's in the Western continent that we kind of based on Christianity because we were like, what would a theocracy look like if it was actually like the original teachings of Jesus?
Oh man. this
So
makes
we
even
can
less
put that
sense.
into the lore that when that
Baby in
baby
an
was
ice cream
born,
cake.
he was put into an ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
And
Yeah.
that is part of their tradition.
Make
Yeah,
it
sort of
canon.
blend sort of like the Moses mythos in with the Jesus instead of like a basket of reeds on the Nile. It's an ice cream cake.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's really
no,
too
instead
bad
we're
Ben
just
is
freezing
sick.
babies.
You would love
It's
us
great.
just
It's not child abuse
ruling
at all.
this world.
I guess if we put him in a little heated blanket and then we put him in the freezer, it would not be. I don't know. We can workshop it, guys.
Did they have heated blankets back then? Okay.
There's magic though. You know they have magic.
No, I'm not
decoration?
going to question it. Yep.
Wow.
Are we just gonna make an ice cream based religion for our like canonical game? Like,
I'm
can
down.
that
There was
be
ever a
Yeah.
good foundation for a religion.
It was.
I-
That I'm
I
on
mean-
board with.
The game master isn't here to tell us we can't.
That's so true.
True.
Ben's
that-
gonna come back next week, and we're gonna be like, "All right,
Ah, thanks,
so
Caitlin.
here's what's happening in the world." Thank you, Caitlin, so much. It's good to see you.
all,
It's been
all
a
of your
while.
all of your plucky adventurers joined an ice cream cult.
We're all ice creamists.
Cult of the frozen
Yeah.
cones. It has to. It has to now.
Has to exist.
All hail the
What
chocolate
if
swirl.
you did something with warm custard before it gets.
Ooh.
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 I
The
don't know why
duality
that
of
makes
warm
my
custard
stomach
and
feel
cold
bad.
ice cream. Like a yin yang
ice
situation.
creamists?
Ooh, I like it. It's the balance between warm custard and cold ice cream, and it's sort of like those are the two, the dichotomy of humanity falls somewhere between those two extremes.
Yeah.
Do
There's
we
no,
have
there's-
something there?
No,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
You're like room
custard.
temperature.
There's no absolute ice cream. There is only the cake in which we carry the boy child.
So instead of baptizing in water, you baptize in warm custard.
No,
No.
royal icing. 'Cause then it
Oh,
crusts.
royal icing. Oh, so like a
And then,
Simba. Like a little Simba moment
like,
where you
pluck
put the icing
the
across the
flavor.
floor.
Wow. I love it. I literally love everything we're doing right now.
It's great. It's
I'm
exactly
living
why we're
for it.
here.
You know.
But no, in all seriousness, we played a game last week, right?
We did.
Yeah.
That
We
happened.
did. We did.
You almost died.
I did very, very, very nearly die,
Did
as
almost
did
die.
Patchwork. I think
Yeah.
like 99...
Alistar also had a role.
Oh yeah, Alistar also had a role.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I feel like 95% of what happened last session was combat, and then getting little backstory tidbits from at least me, Rachel, and Omar. Mainly me. I was down for a long time. I had a lot of options
Yeah,
to
you
tell
had a
my
lot
That
of-
backstory.
is
Yeah.
fairly accurate to my notes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is about what we did.
And then I feel like we had two things, Ryan, that we had said that we wanted to hit on tonight. One was me breaking that fucking plant or not the plant, the jar that I
Jar.
know.
Yeah.
What I said to Ryan earlier before we were live is like, I know that is going to have consequences at some point, and I knew it when I made that choice. But I also, Azad A did not know that Alex and Zeki had both seen things in those jars, right? So like they were just jars sitting on a shelf. And B, I was trying to distract, like it made sense. Like it sounds so dumb to be like, it's what my character would do. But like in that moment, it was like, what I'm looking for something that can break. I see something that would break. I'm gonna break it. And like, I feel like I've fully fucked us up for the future of this campaign in that one action.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We don't know if
Like-
there was a soul or a face in there because
What if I broke
we-
Zeki's patron?
We don't know that there were faces in like the three of we. So
Yeah,
I talked about this. The fact that the three of us, being me, Azad, and Alistar, with Patchwork actually too as well, the four of us, we don't know that the other two boys saw faces in there because we didn't have a chance to talk about it. We saw the paper that we talked about.
Yep.
They saw faces, and we got attacked.
Yep.
Is true.
Yeah. That was kind of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patchwork kind of only saw the reclaimers, so
Right.
what?
And so like we didn't that's gonna be part of the reckoning when we get back to the mansion. We want answers from Patchwork. We want to know why the fuck everything related to our lives is on this piece of paper. And I can really only expect that at some point one of the boys will be like, you smashed my mom.
I know. I really like. Billion has like 14 times more jars than Corna.
I know.
gotta say.
I definitely killed a sibling or
One
something.
of those siblings is.
Probably.
I hope not.
Do any of your siblings have any deep relation to grass? Can we maybe like extrapolate based on what happened?
To grass,
Are any of them big stoners?
Yeah.
Furballs in general. Oh yeah, caught my oldest brother smoking up all the time. It was the biggest disappointment, other than me.
Okay, so your older brother's dead. Got it.
Oh, good.
Great.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Like of all of them, I guess that would be the guy. He'd be the one.
There was
Damn.
some,
Love this. for
Ryan,
us.
what else did we say before this that we wanted to talk
It was
about?
something we were talking about, and Omar, you were here for this part too, I think, right? Maybe we talked.
I'm trying. We were definitely talking about whatever future mayhem that Azad may have gotten us into.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, guys.
Right,
And
and then I was
What-
talking about the fact that we really had only gotten into like character backstory other than combat. We had just kind of like
Yeah.
the public had learned, the viewers learned about each other,
Yeah.
and we didn't really. At all.
Yeah, I
We
feel like
just-
that there's so much information that hasn't been disseminated between all of us that we
That was
as
what it
players
was.
all know.
yeah.
And we got
I think-
sucked immediately into that fucking combat. That was
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. Is we got walloped with information, and then we had a combat session, and we haven't talked about it at
Yeah.
all.
I thought we were gonna talk about it in the car. Then we didn't.
I did too.
And I was like,
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I feel like we tried to get Rachel to give us some backstory in the car, and Rachel was just like, no.
Yeah, I mean, we basically were like, literally what I have written down is, Giovanni, what the fuck happened? Patchwork, you owe us an explanation. And then we make our way back to the mansion. That's it. That's what I got.
Yeah,
So,
Patrick
like, we
didn't
are
get
like
an
in
answer.
route. Yeah. So hope you're prepping a good answer for us.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we have to consider. Now that first, in some way, they are honed in on Patchwork. That means everywhere we go, at any point, more of these creatures from the march can come and try to reclaim her, and they will get
Yeah.
stronger and stronger. And it will get stronger and stronger and stronger until, I don't know. Are they gonna be more powerful than us to handle? So do we have to be more stealthy, or?
Yeah.
I
I mean, that's
So it also, so one of the pieces is that Patchwork did leave their twig arm at the site
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
the other
Yeah,
pieces of
Patrick
Mojang.
tried to fake
So-
their death.
I think part of it will. I mean, does that work? Right? Like, we don't know yet. We don't.
Yeah.
We won't know until we possibly see another one if that worked or not.
But also, it's going to be 7 years, correct? Until, well, I guess, no, we don't know, though,
We
because
don't know.
they've never found Patchwork before.
Mhm.
This is the first time
Yeah,
that
we
they've
got to scramble the
seen
signal.
Patchwork, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, because that's what Ben said. Ben was like, that they come every 7 years. This was the first time that they have actually made contact with you in any way.
I gotta ask, is this like Rachel? You could have been totally dumbfounded and surprised by this. You could have been crafting this with Ben behind the scenes. I want to know. Were you like cognizant that like your 7 years was like up? Or was that just something like, hey,
No,
by
it
the
was
way,
just like it was so many years ago.
7 in fact.
I didn't know the frequency until Ben was like, they come every 7 years, and I was like, oh, they do. Oh, cool, great.
How many years has been?
Rachel's up here going, I mean, I knew that they came. Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, do
Patrick.
they come just to like vibe in the world, or do they come for you every 7 years and then they're like, didn't find them?
And I guess that's kind of what we're gonna like be expecting you to
figure
answer on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spoil that, like if you're gonna have like a good like in character thing, you know. But like this is like I can agree, Alex. This is kind of what like I think everybody is like, what the fuck?
We all want to know.
Yeah.
Well, and I think there's also, I don't know what Ben has planned for our next session, but I think it's going to just be a lot of us talking to each other because, I mean, I think we all have questions for Patchwork. I know Rev and Azad for sure have questions for Alistar.
Oh
For
goodness, I hope you all
sure
forgot.
have questions
Oh,
for
boy.
Alistar.
Oh boy.
You're muted, Key.
How long have I fucking been muted for?
A
Jesus
while.
Christ.
Wow.
I've been saying all these little pithy It's fine. It's fine. No, I was saying that like I feel like I forgot about all the Alistair stuff because I feel the Patchwork stuff was such a like overshadowing piece of the
Yeah,
last
usually
session.
the baddies that are after one particular character make that one character a lot more pressing in your mind. Where it's like
Yeah.
other guys that look like you tried to kill us.
Mhm.
Patchwork.
But like we didn't
Hey,
even
that, but like we both went, holy shit, and then Alistair went, oh hello, mumble information, and we didn't have time to do anything with it.
Yeah, and also we never got to find Wolf. Like, wasn't
Yeah.
that one of the
Oh,
things we
yeah.
were trying to do
Yeah.
by being at the carnival was to
mean-
find Wolf and also
Only because Wolf ran away like immediately upon seeing Alistar.
right.
But Wolf didn't go to the carnival, or do we know that for sure?
Oh, Wolf was living at the carnival. That's why I was really pushing for us to go to the like living quarters and the barracks, that sort of thing, because I figured we could just kill two birds with one stone and get information about the Snake and Dagger. What do we have a name for that organization, or is it just the Snake and Dagger?
Mm-mm.
So I was figuring we could get that information and then also get some information on Wolf and find out why Wolf was so I mean, I guess Al knows why Wolf is so afraid of Al, but Al has not shared that with us. So
Yeah.
Nope.
It's another
we all
thing.
have
you
so
could
many
be
fucking
asking-
secrets from each other.
Secrets,
We do have a
we got some secrets.
ton of secrets.
I feel like we all need to have a come to Jesus next episode where we like everyone has a glass of wine, except for I guess Al and Patchwork because neither of them drinks, and we're all just like, all right, let's trauma dump together and just like lay it
To
all
be
out.
clear, I don't think that Rev knows she has secrets.
I don't
because,
think
like-
Rev knows what her secrets are.
Right, that's just it. Like she was an open book until she went, I know this person.
Do you think, and you might not have the answer to this, but do you think that Rev has repressed memories that are going to come back? Or do you think that Rev is genuinely
Don't
just.
know. Ben and I haven't talked about it. We talked about a tiny bit of like what do you have, right? And that's a little bit of where this memory of the person in the paper came from, of that idea of like past, what was it, like 4 or 5, when younger than that, you don't have like like movie picture memories. You have like
Mhm.
the scent of this, the feel of this, the like, and so like, I don't know what she's got. I have no idea.
I mean, it'll be fun.
We'll all
'cause
find out
like,
together.
Because it's possible you have answers to some of this shit and you just don't
Yeah.
know it.
Accurate. Yeah.
So basically, what like we're surmising here is that Ryan just needs to listen to all of us and kind of be like our therapist for like a
Yes.
half hour
Yes.
each.
Basically.
And then like, okay, so my connection to you, like, so you're the glue basically holding up
Potentially.
everything, it seems like.
I mean, does Alex have secrets? Alex feels like a fairly open book, except for the part where your family's in
Jars. Yeah,
But, like,
I mean,
you have secrets that
withholding
have
the
led to
jar
your family
situation.
being in a jar.
Did we take
Yeah.
Alex's family? Did you
Alex
grab
took
any of
his
the
family. Yeah.
Okay.
I took all
Alex
the
has
jars.
his family. Zach has his.
Maybe.
Um,
I'm not sure if I got that or not.
Well, I don't.
I think
I
you
mean,
did.
we
You
don't
You're
even
not
know.
sure
Like,
you got your whole family.
Yeah, and if some broke, like that could have been maybe one of them that broke was like
I have it
Rachel's
written down
jar.
that you grabbed your patron's jar and then
Thank
cast
you.
Firebolt.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe it was did Patchwork have a jar that maybe like broke Katie? And that's what made the Modron just like show the fuck up?
No, but I broke the jar after the Modron showed up.
Yeah, as a distraction.
I broke the jar to distract the
Oh, okay.
Modron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that
feel
was
like
the fact I needed to
Okay, so I miss Ben, but I also kind of love that we have no answers.
it is really. I was like, I kind of want to do
Yeah.
questions like this where you just get to like.
I kind of
speculate.
really like this. Ben, there is no Ben to give us any secrets.
Can we call this this one like
secret?
wild speculations?
Yeah.
So I feel like if we're gonna go wild speculations, I feel like the Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger, no. The Dagger and Snake.
and Dagger.
Snake and Dagger.
Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger is something though, isn't it? I don't know.
It's just
Go
another.
across
This
the
is
line.
S&D.
But I feel like that is the organization that is, I think, behind everything. Like I'm trying to figure out like who the biggest of big bads is, right? Because obviously there's like a lot of little pieces. We've got the jars. We've got my husband's seal on that picture of Ryan's mom? Question mark? Ryan's guardian? Ryan's parent? I don't- someone. But the
Someone that
mother-
you used to know.
Mother called them Experiment 22.
Right. Oh yeah, we got the name Experiment 22. I forgot about that. But I feel like the Cloak and Dagger, like the organization, is behind all of it, right?
Maybe
It feels
Well,
like
like,
it.
their toes are involved. Like,
it. You know what? It feels like yes, but then it also feels like with all those extra one shots that we've been doing,
Yeah.
that like those two characters could easily be the two counterparts that we were like heisting for.
Oh, well, one of those was Giovanni, weren't they?
Yeah,
Right. So I guess. Oh my god, if we're gonna get into Mitra lore,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
Like
'cause
one of
the-
them is the snake and one of them is the dagger, and like
Oh, that's
The
interesting.
the snake could be the one that betrayed the other one first and stole it, and the dagger is the one that stole it back. Or
Yikes.
it's like I
Oh,
don't know, like maybe
that's a really good point.
this is a wild speculation.
Because also so if we're gonna like again like just look at what we know from the one shots we've done, we jump like what 2,000 years into the future, and the three characters that are still around from like not necessarily that are still around, but that are still players in like the Mitra main story. We have Giovanni, we have Vincent, and then we have whatever the fuck his name is, the other mob guy. The other mob,
Maybe if
Don
he didn't
what?
like, did he get nuked?
Don something. Don
On
Cheadle. No, that's not right.
But it could be
Don-
played by Don Cheadle if the stars align
That's
correctly.
true. That's true.
Looking at you, Disney. Come on.
Did the crew? Oh, that's a good question. Did the
I
cruise
think
ship?
we're too nasty for Disney.
Yeah, we're nasty for Disney.
You know,
times are a changing, you know.
We
Right?
we
Yeah, times are
bifurcated
changing.
an entire person in like session 1. Like
Yeah,
He didn't.
I mean, they don't have to show everything.
yeah. I mean,
It could be like an
off-screen violence
sound.
is totally fine for Disney. I mean, I'm sorry. Did you see what happened to fucking in the Lion King, the stampede? They literally
True.
ripped his father apart limb from limb in an off-scene stampede. I think it's okay to have some off-screen violence in Disney.
Just trampled to death.
But
Yeah.
I
back
really
to
want to see a team of talented animators just like get that bifurcation right, you know?
I mean,
Anatomically
we
detailed.
could always go HBO. I mean,
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
yeah, let's
I
go
think
with
we're a better
gritty
fit
and
for an
dark and
HBO.
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 We should get the people who did The Last of Us.
You know, HBO does love Obies. Just saying.
That's true. But wait,
But-
hold on. I have a question though. Did the Don die in the explosion that like bifurcated the continent?
I mean, isn't that like
Speaking
the
of
whole
bifurcation.
thing? Like, weren't they the ones that were on the boat that we
But-
stole from?
Yes, but I guess I'm trying to understand how far the blast radius is. Like, would they on their boat have been far enough away that, you know,
Either way, they're
Technically-
still alive now because that was 2,000 years in the future.
well,
right?
yes. But I just, yes.
But in the future, wasn't it like a country-sized explosion? I thought it was like
Yeah,
It was like
I
a
think
continent-sized
It was a
explosion,
continent-sized explosion.
so.
Like,
I mean, I'd say
nuclear
that's
fallout.
pretty good.
I actually need to go and work on the map for that.
But I
Thank you
feel
for
like
reminding me, Alex.
I feel like Don Blank has to be important, or else he wouldn't have been in the bank heist and the boat heist, like one of the three recurring characters.
Yeah, and I feel like because they're both pixies and gangsters, that they're like foils of each other in some way, shape, or form.
Where did the bank heist fall timeline wise? Was it before our campaign?
Yes.
Okay. And,
And
we were
stole
working,
it for Giovanni.
and I think we stole it from. No, didn't we steal it for the Don from Giovanni?
Yes.
Yeah.
had to-
We
that has to
robbed.
be what happened.
We
Yeah.
robbed Giovanni of like a family heirloom and gave it to the Don. And then in the second heist, we were hired by Giovanni to reclaim the family heirloom that had been stolen from him.
Quote unquote family heirloom.
Well, right. We don't know where it started. We know that they both claim that it's their family heirloom, and we don't really know the truth of that statement. So I don't know. I think that there's some merit to Zeki's theory about Don and Giovanni, Don John Giovanni being somehow twined with this cloak and dagger situation. Cloak. Why do I keep calling it cloak? What is cloak and
A
dagger?
catchphrase, you know, you say
Cloak
cloak and
it's,
dagger when you're
it's-
doing hidden things. You say
It's
cloak
just
and
like a
dagger.
part of like, the
Oh.
social
The
hierarchy
medium,
of things.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's also a
I-
Hulu TV series.
Yeah,
Mm.
Oh,
based
yeah.
on a comic book
Marvel.
out of Marvel.
Oh yeah, that is also true.
So I have so Zeki, you're just to remind me, you saw your parents in the jars?
Oh no, I saw my patron's face.
Oh, but just your patron face. Got
Was
it.
your patron's face in multiple jars or just the one?
I think just the one.
I think just the one. I think you had multiple jars because it was multiple members of your family.
Yeah, like you had like a family member in each jar, and I just had a patron.
and there were more jars, right? There were more jars.
And there were
Yeah.
other jars, correct.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
why I was like, oh, maybe there's one for Patchwork, maybe there's one for Alistar and Rev, but none None for Katie.
What did I do to not deserve a jar?
Patchwork didn't get a jar.
Zeki
Well,
was just wondering if maybe.
If one
Wildly
of the
speculative.
unnamed jars could be yours.
Oh.
Perhaps one that broke.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me wonder. So, Zeki,
Yes.
you and Alex met in the woods, right?
As
Kier wants to do.
one does, yeah.
And where is your patron in the same woods?
They were.
So that makes me wonder if those jars aren't tied to something like whatever is happening. You know how Alex is saying that there was like some blight or some sort of like thing that is like fucking up his family and fucking with his family. It's making me wonder if that's not tied to that, because both the patron and the family would have been in the woods, and then they also would have been in the jars.
And you don't know how your patron has been like as of recently, right?
Yeah, like I haven't seen them in a couple years.
I'm gonna go above here and say this. So I might have information that Alistair that I can't give here because Alistair hasn't given it. And I have a feeling, I just have an odd feeling. If I'm trying
An
to figure out-
educated guess.
educated guess that once
where this is
Alistair
going.
reveals information, maybe we'll be able. Because now I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, I'm like,
Oh my god,
Okay.
is Mother the big bad? Is Mother doing all of this?
I don't know. And,
It would.
Well,
She's doing
I-
experiments on things and capturing creatures from other planes.
Like, do we think
that's-
Rex and Mother
yeah.
are working together?
Or does he not know who he's working for? And
Or is Rex the one who's behind everything? If his seal, I don't know. I feel like you don't normally put your seal on like a document that's not yours, right?
You if you're part of a secret organization.
well,
Or
I'm
you also
sorry, I don't know how
you
secret organizations.
You know
work.
your husband. Does he put his seal on stuff because he wants to feel important?
I feel like I like genuinely in
Your fake
character.
He's
husband.
pretending to be
Created
involved in the
by,
dialogue
played
with
by
you.
your real husband.
Yeah. No, I feel like genuinely in character, I feel like Azad wasn't really allowed to see his business stuff. So I'm sure that it could kind of go either way in her head, where it's like he might just be the kind of person who puts a stamp on everything because he's a dick. But it's also like she genuinely does not know what he does for work other than that it's complicated and you wouldn't understand and that sort of thing. So it really could go either way. He wasn't a good guy. I don't know if we were clear about that.
I mean, I love those flashbacks.
Yeah,
Those dead things. I was just like,
Those
whew.
were
It was so good.
Whew.
It was
Yeah.
hot and
I
heavy.
can't wait for you to get
Big
knocked
fan,
down
big
again,
fan.
Katie.
I
Make
mean,
the fanfic.
the good thing about having been in an abusive relationship is that I can just pull from my real life experiences. I get to joke about it. It's fine. Rachel looks
do.
horrified.
Yeah, go wild.
I'm like, okay, Katie.
You know what?
Fine.
If it
If that's-
heals your past self,
Yeah, you do it.
live it. You know.
Well, I like genuinely, jokes aside, I do feel like it gives me good things to like to color flashbacks and things like that, because I don't feel, I mean, I do feel like obviously I'm pretending and acting because I've never fucking met someone named Rex and I don't have children, that sort of thing, but it like roots it in something that is real, which is really nice.
It's been because I feel like we all, or I can speak for myself, but I feel like we all bring at facets of ourselves to the character, and we're dealing with our own trauma through it. Like exactly,
Yeah.
Alistair's neurodivergent is a reflection of my own, and playing through it, but now have this kind of overhead view because I have control of my character.
Yeah,
Yes,
what
I
trauma is
definitely
everyone
was
playing
expelled
through?
from my home
Mhm.
planet while on a march, and I'm really just working through that right now.
This is how
We've
Rachel
all
comes
been
out
there.
as being an alien.
Yeah. You thought they were coming during the Super Bowl? No, they've been here this whole time, hanging out.
Well, Rachel, we knew they were here this whole time.
Yeah.
Just didn't know
Sorry,
you were
I just
one.
didn't.
That's so
You know
cool.
what? I just really wanted the announcement that aliens are real and I am one to be on an auspicious day, like the 21st
Like
of
Mardi
February for Mardi Gras.
Mardi
Perfect.
Gras 23.
Part
They
about
planned
this
it.
is that if aliens were walking around, they could be walking up to every person they see going, "Hey, I'm an alien," and no one would believe them. Like,
There's
Very
some
true.
people out there
Some
that would
people
believe something.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean that it wouldn't be like a CNN, NBC headline. Man walks around claiming to be an alien. You know,
True.
Oh,
It's like
that's
the more
just-
you claim it, the less people believe you.
it's true.
Yeah,
You got to be
Yeah.
subtle about it.
That's just like if you take enough subway rides, someone else is going to also tell you that they're an alien.
That's
This
that's
is
also
just
true.
playing the odds. That's
Well,
why it's
no,
super on CNN.
random. How cults start is you hide a baby in an ice cream.
Callbacks, love it.
And we are back.
And then you write a fictional book and tell everyone it's real. And then you have a cult.
And then
Yeah.
you buy a big yacht and kidnap people on it.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way you do cults.
I'm not naming names.
Alex, is there anything that you're curious about your character? I feel like we've talked a bunch about other people.
Yeah, well, I mean, Billion just came from the fucked up forest, like not that long ago. And he's been living in the fucked up forest for forever.
Is it
So-
now canonically called the Fucked Up Forest?
The fucked up forest, the FFF.
I like it. The FFF.
Oh, that's not 3
Wait,
Fs.
FUF. The
The
FUF.
Oh no.
The Fuffwoods.
Billion doesn't have a last name, so I was like, what is his last name? Maybe it's like the woods he's from. So maybe his name is Billion Fuff.
Billion Fuff. I love it. I
Yes,
love it so
please.
much.
Oh my god, that
Thank
makes it
you.
even, even cuter now with the ears and the last name.
Yeah,
God.
the fuffy ears.
Oh, Billion's just the cutest of all of us. Like, I know that we talk
Really?
about
Yeah, who needs a
Um,
backstory when you have fluffy ears? And you know,
It's true.
we say how cute Patchwork is, but I think that objectively Bill is cuter. Just like on the 1-to-1 cuteness ratio, I think Bill wins.
The ear,
Yeah.
like, the ear and face area just tips it
visually,
Tips
like
it right over the
aesthetically
scale,
speaking,
yeah,
like
aesthetically,
a living teddy bear.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very much.
So we all got strengths.
Yeah, an ideal specimen, as you might say.
I know.
Ideal specimen Billion.
I feel such a little like spark of joy every single time that Patchwork calls Bill the ideal specimen. Like so reaffirming.
Alex is
Alright.
like, maybe someday someone will think I'm the ideal specimen.
Getting to live my dreams.
Live your dream, suit TTRPGs, folks.
Yeah. If you're not, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. But outside of being in the fucked up forest, is there anything else that?
Yeah, well, I mean, he definitely has some fucked up feelings about the fucked up family in the fucked up forest, and some things that will probably come to light about it that, I think are gonna come up later, but that I think are way, way, way worse than he even realizes. Like, I feel like Bill just is like sitting there. He's like, I live in the woods. I'm just here, but like is gonna sort of unravel whatever's going on with Korna's, like, what do you call it? Deity sponsor patron.
Sponsor.
I am in.
Korna sponsored by.
Same.
Fuff.
Same.
I'm in Warlocks Anonymous.
I'm sponsored
and
by
fuck-
the ice cream boy child.
I'm so
But-
sad Ben is not here for this because we are gonna have to fill him in on the new canon and lore in the world, and
He'll just watch the VOD. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Hi, Ben. Hope
Feel
you're
better,
feeling
Ben.
better.
Hope your tummy's feeling less funny. I think, like, honestly, I kind of want to ask everyone that same question. Like, what are some things about your character that you want to dig into more, or that like you feel like you haven't gotten a chance to? And don't all jump at once.
well, okay. So I'll finish what I was saying
Yes.
about Bill, which is that there's like a whole side of him that's, I think, sort of waiting to be let loose in this new big city environment. That is part of why he left his family.
We have to take Bill clubbing. We have
I
to take
really
Bill
think you
clubbing.
should.
I
really
think
think
that
you
is the most important thing that can possibly happen next session is that we bring Bill to a nightclub.
Big
I
fluffy glove.
think there's a lot of fruitful content to be done out there. Bill in the big city.
Bill in the big city. I
Bill in
like
the
it.
big city. That would be a great one shot. Bill in the big city.
Right.
oh my god, and Bill's just missing, and we're doing like a hangover, like find Bill.
Oh my god! If
Oh.
Alex, if there's ever a session you can't make, that will be the session we run,
Or
like
just,
a
like, disappear.
hangover style, like find Bill in the big city.
Oh,
Ooh.
But you have to have a
so
one-
fun.
You have to do a one-on-one then, and then have a side of what you do during the time that we try to find you. Just all the shenanigans you
Bill
get.
in the background.
Like find a solo TTRPG for Alex to play that would fit into the narrative of being in the big city, and just put Alex by himself on stream to run through it.
Play in the game.
That'll be bonus content in our Patreon that we don't have.
Pending TM.
Pending Wait, we are trademarking pending? I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, we can.
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
Maybe
Even
you
in
miss.
this,
You'll
you
land
land
in-
among the rats.
I was gonna say you ended the cold, dark depths of outer space, but I like Rachel's better. What about Korna, Zeki?
What about Korna? Indeed, I feel like there is like 95% of Korna's backstory, and that like has not been like talked about at all yet. And I feel like once it is talked about, like 80% of it's taken care of, because like so much of it is like wrapped up with Alistar, so that like once we get to the part of the conversation on Tuesday where Alistar, what the fuck, also why did Wolf run away from you and shit, what is going on here, why do each of you like have these like vague references once he starts explaining shit, and like what is that connection? And then my shit gets dragged out into it. So I feel like there is going to be a lot of a lot of the reasons that Korna is the way Korna is going to be explained on Tuesday.
Yeah, I cannot lie to you. I find Korna to be so disconcerting because of the fact that he acts like he is a child, but then is not a child, but then runs around and jumps on beds and like talks like a child. Azad does not know what the fuck to do with you. I'm just like, okay.
It's
I
wild.
guess.
The most childlike of us is the one you're like, I don't want to mother this one.
There's a lot going
I don't
on.
want to touch this one.
Yeah.
It's like, it's somehow the fact that Patchwork is older, because Patchwork is a construct, it just doesn't hit Azad the same way. It's like, well, they might be older, but they are still much like in need of nurturing. Whereas Korna, I'm just like, no, it's a fully grown kobold. I don't understand.
Can I say that I am shitting bricks thinking about, I don't know what you know of Al's backstory that Ben may or may not told you, but I'm afraid that whenever that comes to light, exactly what the hell is gonna happen. And like,
It's going to be fucking wild.
I think it's gonna be wild. I'm just like, oh man, I'm not ready. I hope it doesn't come.
Yeah, like it's going to be a fucking Tuesday next week. Like tonight was going to be epic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I feel like though, I don't know. We the PCs kind of know because we heard your not the PC, sorry, the players kind of know because we heard your flashback. So it's like, at least for me, it's like, okay, Al did some really bad shit. Like Al was not necessarily that you were not a good person, but you were being used by a bad person to do bad things. But I don't think that any of us in character know that.
Maybe.
There lies the.
Well, sounds
Today
like
was gonna
Korna
be
knows.
so good.
Good lord. I guess Al, what are you looking forward to? Or is it just like I just want to unpack all my shit and get it out in the open?
I know for a fact that Al does not want this to happen. I want this to happen, but to play to Al, I do not. He does not want this to happen. I fully expected him before something happened that he was going to step in the wind and run away. He might still do that because he does not want to.
You're gonna have to play hide and seek the whole session next week.
And he
Have another one shot. Where did Al go?
Where is
in the big
Al?
city?
but I mean, like it's gonna happen because he wants to continue with the group, I'm sure. So
yeah.
it's my heart was skipping a beat of coming up to last week before knowing that, like, forgetting that it was a battle, that I was like, oh my god, now we're gonna have to unpack all this. I was like, oh my god. Now
I
it's gonna
really do feel like in order for us to move forward, we need to go cards on the table, like kind of across the board.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
been
think
24 hours, but yeah.
but I think we're getting to a point where so much is happening that is involving like pieces of information that individual ones of us know, but like if we could just put it all together, we'd actually have more of the puzzle. And our characters not wanting to share that is going to start to be detrimental to us at some point.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's just like, getting all those cards on the table though.
Yeah.
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 Especially we just met for the most part.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
today.
But at the same time,
Well,
like 3 of you
Throw
almost
a couple
died.
cards down. Give me like an ace and a
Oh,
king
no,
and I'll
totally.
be happy.
I do think we need to reveal stuff as a group because they're trusting. We're a party, quintessential party. We're going together, so we have to at least be somewhat honest and forthcoming.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What about
Ooh.
you, Ryan?
I don't know. I think I have a grumpy dog. I think Rev just, there might be a part of her that wants to know, just like, I think right now it's just, why did I know this person, right? Yeah, no, I was doing that to the music earlier. I mean, she doesn't have anything she's hiding from the group, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like she's got something she wants to unpack with everybody. I think she's just got questions right now. And I don't know, I'm curious to see where it takes her. I think. Like, I'm curious to see what she learns about the rest of you takes her, because like I can kind of see just from how we've all interacted so far, like kind of where those relationships are building and where some of those like I already know that at some point Rev and Azad are gonna have like a knockdown drag out about the mothering thing. Like right? It's like obviously building.
Well, also I was thinking about how old is Rev?
She's like 21, 22. So she's not a child, but I mean she's
like
just
6 years younger than
right, she's not much younger than you. She just, is kind of all over the place. And
well, I think even from Azad's perspective, like that's fucking weird. She's 6 years younger than you. Stop trying to treat her like she is your child.
Right. Well, and that's also kind of like where Rev's coming from. So like
we could just be friends.
I already know that we are building to that knockdown, drag out, and then they become friends, right? Like
yeah,
one of those. But maybe what you tell us about your Rex changes that, and maybe what we learn about Corny changes the fact that Rev's just like, this dude's down for everything and I'm on board. I don't care that he's tiny like everybody else does, right? And maybe it'll change how she feels about Corny when she learns about his past. I don't know.
it is
We'll see.
so hard to have these conversations without talking
this
about the
music.
things that we all know. Well, oh yes,
Yeah.
also the music. But I was gonna say without like talking about the secrets that we all know, because like, well, I want to put things together with you guys, but we can't because if we do, I'm just gonna spoil it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
100%. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I also feel like we just
And I
haven't-
don't. I have no idea what any of you have going on in your backstories. Like, I am coming in just as blank and empty as Rev is.
I
Kind of excited.
gotta say I am too, because I know we all like had like this like chit chat in person and stuff, but when Ben was talking to people, I like intentionally just like
Same.
zoned
Same.
out from it because
Yeah.
I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
I was talking to
It's
Rachel in the
almost-
corner.
Yeah.
It's almost like in other games that I play, I'm not the notes person necessarily the way I am for this group, just because my preferred way to play is if Rev's not involved, like if my character's not involved, I don't take notes on it because it wouldn't be something I'd be able to go back and recall, right? And so I think it's going to be interesting for me in this campaign to figure out truly how to be like, just because you took notes on it does not
Doesn't
mean
mean
you
you
know
know.
it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I think, especially because like since we are all playing our cards like so close to our chests on this so far, that like everyone has had to kind of just like, oh wait, now what was the weird thing you haven't told us about yet? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Rachel? I feel like you're the only person who has not said what they're looking forward to or like wanting to dig into more.
I'm excited to see how much I can just not say.
Okay.
How much I can get away with not saying.
None. We're not gonna let you get away with anything. We all need answers. Is Patchwork?
Is
Does
Patchwork a
Patchwork-
baddie?
Well, no. I was gonna say, does Patchwork know all the answers? Because I feel like there's stuff that Patchwork knows about, like where they came from, but does Patchwork understand like what they are and what the Reclaimers are and like what the Modron, like all that kind of more existential stuff?
I guess you'll just have to find
Oh,
out. on
fuck you, Rachel.
Tuesday.
Rachel! Rachel's like, I don't know. Let me think about it.
I don't know.
Ugh.
Oh man, no,
I'd
really-
like it known that Patchwork does not lie. Just Patchwork doesn't think that events that happen to them are important at all. It's really like a continued level of like observing, reporting, cataloging, like
Sure.
that's how Patchwork brain do.
I can't wait for the day that Patchwork realizes that they are having feelings. It's gonna be beautiful.
I was just gonna say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
They're
that.
gonna be like, why am I sad?
The moonlight is bright. I what?
Why are my eyes leaking?
Why's my big glob eye?
Just oiling up.
It's just like a waterfall over your mouth.
Oh my god.
It's just mineral oil.
Oh.
My secreting fluids.
Ugh. God, something about the word secreting fluids
Yeah, I
really
hate
does
that.
not.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I just said mineral
not do
oil.
that.
A clear
Yeah.
oil.
You gotta get your
You're
mind
too
off the
far, too
gutter.
far.
Jeez,
It's worse
don't
than
think
moist.
In the gutter, actually. I think it's just grossed out.
that is a scientific term.
So is moist.
Oh, I would rather hear moist than secreting fluids.
Yeah.
Like, at least moist just means it got maybe damp with water. Secreting fluids is never good. Nothing that is secreting fluids will you ever want to touch.
Because if it was
Ever.
just secreting water, they would just say that. But
Yes.
it's not water.
It's fluids. And I don't like it. On that note, are there any last thoughts, words, questions, comments, concerns that people have before we say goodnight for the night?
I mean,
guess-
do we want to call this religion the cult of the ice cream child? Like,
Yeah.
is that what we're calling it?
Is there a
And there-
punnier?
That's so descriptive.
Is there
Yeah.
a punnier name?
Because I keep saying the ice cream boy child. That's very funny to me, but you can't build a
We
religion
worship
off of that.
Dairy Queen.
No, we can't.
Oh my god, why can't we worship the Dairy Queen who had her little ice cream boy child?
Yeah, no, I think that's the answer.
It would have to be called the Dairy Queen.
I
just
think
to be
the
safe.
Dairy
Yeah.
Queen,
The
the Dairy Cream,
Yeah.
the Dairy Queen had her ice cream boy child,
Yes.
and he was.
It-
it's like the Virgin Mary, right? The Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't
And-
even.
And the Dairy
I mean,
Prince.
it could also like I thought like the Dairy Queen just could be like the prophet.
Oh,
Like,
we're
oh.
gender bending Jesus.
Oh.
Oh, is it a
the
baby
ice
girl?
cream
It's a
child.
The baby
baby
turns into
girl.
the Dairy
Oh,
Queen.
the ice cream girl child.
The Dairy Queen, if you will.
I love how there was like it was just a baby before, but and now it's a girl baby queen.
The baby had to go. I mean, Jesus was once a baby and then also a grown
Yeah,
man. It is how
yeah.
time works.
He was the boy child in a
Yeah.
manger. Let's have a girl child and some
the
ice cream
freezer.
cake.
A child in the freezer.
Put the baby in the freezer.
No, it would have to be like a
Girl.
root cellar because like no refrigerators.
I
Magic.
I feel like
Magic.
I built that
We have
cleric
cars.
Cell phone.
who used candy for all her spells. Like it would be like candy canes, like filed down into sharp whatevers as like her magic missiles. And just picture this candy ice cream woman as all of her spells are just different solidities of ice cream. So it's like either it's melty like
dichotomy.
slushy, or they're like hard or soft ice cream, or maybe she uses sprinkles.
Ooh.
She cast Cone of Cold. It's just
It's
ice cream.
It's just ice
and-
cream.
and all the flavors.
has permanent advantage on Cone of Cold.
Yeah. Oh my god, are her designs on her clothing just little like rainbow sprinkles? Like it's embroidered with rainbow sprinkles.
I mean, it can
Maybe.
be.
I mean,
Yeah,
why not? This is
I feel like she also
Yeah,
has a
whoa.
chocolate dip and a strawberry dip.
Ooh.
The dips
For
are like
what?
different raiments that she wears
Oh
for
my
different
gosh!
occasions.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
They call those hard candy shells bonnets.
Oh
So
my
she has,
god.
like,
Yeah.
A
They do?
bonnet that's
Well,
in
and-
the shape of like a swirl.
The swirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Her
my
coat hat is a
God.
swirl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Ben, I hope you're writing all this down.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope you're writing down this important
Because I
day,
have a
the,
new
the Dairy
patron.
Queen.
I
The-
worship
the-
Dairy
the Dairy
Dairy
Queen.
Queen.
The Dairy Queen, yes.
I will say this is very a crown of candy of us,
It is.
Yeah.
but it's okay because I still want it really bad.
I had ice cream today at work. It's pretty great.
There's Zeki, have you had the THC infused ice cream?
No.
It's very good. It figured it'd be
That's a
up your yeah, it is. And it's really good ice cream. Seems like it's like in your alley, up your field, you know. Why are you laughing, Rachel?
Sorry, so Derek just said, "Oh my god, play the Wendy's TTRPG," and my soul left my body.
Yeah.
Wait, a fast food TTRPG would be really fun.
So funny.
You've got
Have
the
you never
Dairy
heard
Queen.
about
Have
this
you never
Wendy's?
heard of the Wendy's?
Yeah, the Wendy's.
Wait, this is
No.
a thing?
That's a
Yeah.
thing.
Listen,
was
I
like
knew,
saying-
It's a thing.
I knew the KFC had a dating sim. I
Mhm.
didn't know Wendy's had a
I
TTRPG.
didn't know
Yeah.
these things.
There was a Wendy's TTRPG.
Wendy's one shot, yeah.
Feast
The Wendy's
of
one shot.
Legends.
Yes.
Critical Role ran it as some like ad, and it was so bad.
Dairy
It was-
Queen.
You-
Dairy,
It is
great.
so hard. It's so hard to find
Dairy
because
Queen.
they took
sponsor
it down
us.
from everywhere.
We'll run the Dairy Queen one shot for you.
Yeah, it's not
Any
great.
Dairy Queen
Yeah,
reps in the
it's
chat.
not good.
I
Oh
think
my
there at
God.
this point is like more content talking about it than there is evidence of
Absolutely.
it actually existing.
That's
for
wild.
sure.
I listened
Well.
to several podcasts that like made fun of it and like just like
That's-
ripped it apart.
That's so
It was-
funny.
Bad.
Yeah.
On that note,
Wendy's, if you'd like to sponsor us,
Yeah.
we would write a great tabletop
I
RPG
think
for you.
we should go for
Yeah.
the Dairy Queen sponsorship. I just feel like we already have such a
I-
solid lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Built
so down
out.
to grill
It's
and
the
chill,
brand.
Katie.
Yeah, I just want a
true, yeah.
Blizzard.
Mm.
And also, like, I'll be honest, I'd rather get free Dairy Queen than free Wendy's.
Yeah, you get that toast and you dip it in the gravy. It's the
Oh.
best.
There's toast and gravy at
At
Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
Yo,
if you
you
get the
gotta
chicken
up
tender
your-
basket. Ooh.
I've only ever been for the ice cream and the cheese.
I've also only
Get some
been
like
for the ice
Texas
cream.
toast. They got like some white
Alex,
gravy.
Alex.
Ugh,
I mean,
Fun
you
fact:
haven't lived.
when I
it
was
is called
like
a grill and chill. in
14, I went to go visit my grandparents, and there was a Dairy Queen that was like a 8-minute walk up the road from them, and I would take my little cousin there every single night after dinner. And also because I was at my grandparents for 2 weeks, I was not getting any exercise, and I gained like 10 pounds in like the 2 weeks. I was
Oh
at
my god.
grandparents'.
God.
That's
Thanks,
impressive.
Dairy Queen.
I still want them to sponsor me though. I'm not even mad about it. It was really good. It was worth it. It's the only times in my life that my weight
Zendara
has yo-yoed
throwing
that
shade
much.
at Northeastern
Yeah,
Dairy
how
Queens.
dare
Yeah.
you?
Are they?
It's
Are they
it's true though.
franchises and
I
not
have
corporate?
I did grow up in
Yeah.
the Midwest, and the Dairy Queens there are fire.
Yeah, the
They
Midwest
are-
Dairy
yeah,
Queen.
they are.
fire.
I
The
have the two
Dairy
Midwest
Queen experience
Dairy
is in
Queens.
Chicago, so
Yeah.
Midwest.
They're not that good here. And
Yeah.
I don't
Honestly,
think
though,
I've
like,
ever
we
been
had-
to.
They're not in the Northeast.
There's one in
Well,
New York
some of
City.
you are. Some
Yeah.
of you are.
I feel like Friendlies was the like northeast equivalent of Dairy
Yes.
The Dairy Queen
Oh,
in
I
New York
miss
is
me
like
some
off
Friendlies.
Union somewhere, not far off of Union
Interesting.
Square.
But at that point, I'd just go to like Pinkberry or something, or like 16 Handle. I don't know.
Caneberry. Oh,
No.
permanently closed.
Pinkberry or Dairy Queen?
Dairy Queen.
No.
That's so sad.
Okay, there are no Dairy Queens.
There goes our sponsorship.
Oh
Fuck.
man.
There is one in like upstate New York that I've been.
Wait, where? Is it by me?
Oh
We're
my
really
God.
doing great.
There's.
It's near this.
The people wanna
mountain-
know.
No, is it Bear Mountain? I don't know. We went there for 4th of July.
Wait, there's a
and-
Dairy Queen in North Haven.
Is that
Katie, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go.
I need to
grill
go to
and
Dairy
chill
Queen
right now.
Go
right
get
the
some
fuck now.
Grill. Damn.
Well, there's a bunch.
Get yourself a brownie
Wait, there's like
batter
a lot of
blizzard.
them in Connecticut.
Yeah, go
There's
get yourself
so
a
many-
blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
Connecticut
is
and New
it?
Jersey has them, but New York, it's
Just
barren.
had that one.
Just the
Yeah,
there's
there
one
are
in-
a bunch
All right,
in
the
New Jersey,
sponsorship's back
actually.
on. Again, any last words?
I am very curious to see how Reverie deals with everything, because I'm just so curious most of all to see her character growth and how she deals with everyone else's baggage.
Oh my god.
I am
yeah.
too, because I don't think she's had like friends.
Oh my god, are we your first friend?
Aw.
Oh my god, the amount of trauma we're about to bring into your life is
I don't know if she
unparalleled.
would call you a friend, but like,
Right?
right, but like when she was, she grew up on the street. And when she was on the street, she had friends, but she didn't. There was always that like watch out for yourself vibe. And then in school, she was focused on school and like being the best because she had to, because Giovanni was paying. And that
Very,
doesn't really
very-
leave much time for like social life, right?
So sad.
Sounds very.
Good
very
grades,
good.
sleep, social life, pick 2, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to watch her
Didn't
figure
you
out
have, like,
how
a
to
study buddy?
navigate that.
Yeah, very exciting.
I don't know.
I feel like even at like my most,
I think she had. I mean, I think she would have had acquaintances, right? The
Oh,
kids she
that's
had
fair.
classes with multiple times, and the
Now,
But
would
I don't-
they have thought that they were closer friends to Rev than what Rev thought?
Ooh, yeah. Does Rev have
Like,
some
is
like?
that
we,
like-
we
is
live
that
in
your
town, so
We might find out.
we might find out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
really hope that Rev has high school friends and she's just like,
She has no
We're-
idea. She
we're friends. It's like, yeah, I was texting you like last week to come get Froyo.
You
You're
never
like,
respond to any of my text messages.
never. Rev
You
doesn't
were at the
respond to
birth of
any
my
text.
child.
Yeah.
And we are
Rev, like, I didn't
totally-
realize that was special.
Maybe that's it. Rev just like doesn't just like takes everything for granted, and it's like no, like I actually like Rev actually has like the
a
best.
very
friend.
robust.
She might.
social
Who
life.
knows?
I mean, the downstairs
Very
neighbors
full
are
life,
like
yeah.
insistent that she comes to dinner. Maybe she's just a delight to be around.
I mean, she.
It's true.
Ben and I have chatted a tiny bit about like what if she has another family out there, if she has a family out there. What does that do with her relationship with Bergen and Rosie? What is the like underlying emotional side of her relationship with Bergen and Rosie that she doesn't know about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
That she
yeah,
doesn't realize
Bergen
yet,
and Rosie.
right?
but also weirdly, Bergen and Rosie probably feel more parental to her than her actual parents would at this point because she has no memory of them.
no.
Probably. I can tell you what I think.
What do
No
you think?
spoilers.
Oh yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Don't worry,
Spoilers.
we'll ask
Yeah.
you what you think on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When she goes, "Oh God, I was supposed to go to dinner.
Yeah. That.
Son of a bitch.
Dinner was 2 days ago, Rev. What are you doing? Have you
Um,
showered? Nope.
All right.
We've been
Well,
busy.
Yeah. Seriously though, I don't. I mean, I think we've all showered. We've all slept and
Have we?
showered. I mean, I have.
Wow.
I definitely showered
I
before I,
don't
went to
think Rev
sleep.
has. I think she just flopped straight into bed.
Oh, gross.
I thought we were still in the car and like just getting. to,
Well, I
like,
meant
the house.
after
Well,
the day
the
before,
first-
like the
the
first
first
day. We
I
came
think
home,
I
we
think
had
Rev
some
had a
drinks.
couple of beers with you all and just flopped straight into bed.
We got pancakes in the morning and all that. Definitely Al showered. He's
Yeah, I showered.
clean, shampooed.
There's no way I was running around a circus all day and I didn't come home and take a shower before I got into my bed.
I oiled my scales.
Oh no, actually, you know what? She might have showered. Jimmy. She might have showered
Jimmy.
because she would have still smelled like the cologne. So she probably did shower to get the smell off.
But not because she wanted to be clean, to be clear.
No, because she wanted to get the smell off because the smell had given her a headache and it was driving her nuts.
Oh boy. And on that note,
And we're right back to Jimmy smelling. Like,
yep.
bad cologne.
Let's give Paizo a raid because they are on doing some
Ooh, yeah.
Starfinder
Ooh.
stuff.
Yeah.
What is happening the rest of this week? Tomorrow, Ben and I are going to be on A Tale of D20s, chatting with Zeki about storyboarding stuff at 7 p.m. Eastern with a big old question mark because I don't think we ever decided on a time. Thursday, we are going to be hanging out with Balra for a while. For the first
Just a while.
For the first little hour and a half, we're going to be talking about world building, about theocracies. Balra is very, very, very knowledgeable on that subject, and we are probably just going to be peppering her with questions and getting some answers and just overall digging into her wonderful, beautiful, smart brain. And then around 8:30, we're going to be doing another community game, Among Us, which should be super fun if you would like to come play. We open up the lobbies to anyone who wants to come. And then, I don't talk you up too much, Balra, you're wonderful. And then on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing a session 0 on A Tale of D20s as well. We're going to be learning Fantasy Grounds, going over lines and veils. I think role-playing a little. Omar, you can probably speak more to that than I can.
Oh, yes.
If you would like to.
Oh, yes. Oh. Yes,
Do
so yes.
it.
I could, but
Oh, yes. On Sunday, we are at 2 p.m. We'll be learning Fantasy Grounds by Travis, aka Zendark. He'll be teaching that. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll be going over lines and veils. So it's good to see the process of that because I suggest everyone, offline and online, do that so you can make sure everyone's comfortable. And then we are starting. I will give you a little taste. It's going to be intense the first moment, and one of you will be picked on to go first, and it is going to be intense. So I'm very excited.
Oh boy. Well, on that note, let's go show some love to the Starfinder crew at Paizo, and thanks for swinging by. See y'all tomorrow, Thursday, or Sunday, depending on if your schedules align with ours.
Or all
All of
three.
them.
Or
All of
We're all
them.
three.
Join
Go
us.
to all of them. All you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
be there, but you should go.
Yeah.
what, Rachel?
Well,
said.
when Rachel streams
Yeah.
on the day, you should check
Ditto.
that out too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm getting a phone call from my friend, so I'm gonna raid now. Bye!
Bye.